Uh, hello, Arshok. We cannot hear anything. Are you on mute? Vivek can't hear too.
How about now?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, sorry about that. I was going on for a while there. Um, okay. Um, Welcome to the benchmarking weekly discussion. This is February 6th, and the meeting is being recorded. Let's get started. If you have any topics, feel free to add them here. We can discuss those. Um, yeah, we can actually start with some of the open PRs there. While people are adding any other topics. Let me pull up the repo. So one update on the issues here. I created a set of issues um, that we want to address. I think a couple of them are already underway. One is the load generator of the specific QPS, and there is an open change from Brendan on the model server client. We want to add a few more things too. How we can get metrics to add support for another model server like Tensorati LLM and so on. In terms of the open PRs, um, I think we have the a basic load gen implementation. This is something we discussed a little bit for the last couple of meetings on having a basic Python load generator which sends like Poisson distribution or constant um, time one. And I think Sam added this. It's a good starting point. I'd say please take a look. If you have any thoughts on it, it's still a work in progress one. And on the topic of load generator, we also briefly discussed like K6 integration and how that might work. I think there was an open issue on this one too.
Yeah. So on this one, I had a chat with Sam on his PR as well, how we want to integrate this work. So what we have decided is to move ahead with the Python implementation, the work that Sam has started with the load timer. And
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, we wouldn't want to integrate something like K6 right away, but in the future, we would want to find out if we want, like, let's say, like simple timers, like constant timers are already available in K6. Maybe we can integrate that at that point. So as we are starting off, maybe it's easier to go with a base Python implementation and work on, get some speed over there.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me as well. Once we have like the core set of things implemented in Python, we can also add a bunch of extensions to this, right?
Yep.
Obviously, we also need to add how we deploy this on Kubernetes and a few more things too. So
Yep.
I think I can at that point figure out one K6 driving and calling into the existing framework in Python, or the other way around, like you had something about Python code calling into K6 if someone wants to swap out. So yeah, we can explore both of those.
Yeah, so the next steps is I'm thinking I'll close that PR in favor of that decision and collaborate with Sam on the timer implementation.
Yeah, makes sense.
The other thing I wanted to ask was are there like general ideas around the loads and implementation and the how do you connect data sets?
Yeah. I think LoadGen, we have existing implementations, right? I think that also goes in with Chen's next topic on how we can get things in FMPerf into the repo.
Yes. Sorry, I kind of missed 1 month of meeting, so I don't know how the repo is organized right now. So I'm wondering like how we can gradually ramp up in terms of contributing and merging FMPerf into this repo as well.
Yeah, I think the repo structure is a little similar to what we have in FMPerf. I think we have a little bit more separation in terms of what modules we want, because we are getting started. Makes sense to start with that. In terms of merging code, I think we should be able to add things from FMPerf. For example, we have separate items to add like a model server client, to add LoadGen and so on. If if someone from your team wants to take some of the existing implementation there and add it here, I think that works. If not, I think it will be the other volunteer folks here who will use FMPerf as the reference implementation or take specific parts that works. I think either way it should be okay. We can open some PRs and get things merged.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I do see the structures are very similar. So, may I know a little bit because I've been out for like over 1 month. So, what have been merged or what haven't? Or what's the
I think we are still in pretty early stages, right? Sachin will cover the LoadGen in a little bit more detail as well. Sorry for a little bit of a tangent there. So if you look at the code, we have a library that is the Python library that in essence should be somewhat similar to FMPerf, right? We have split it into the different components that we called out in our initial proposal. Right now, for LoadGen, there is an open PR. This one doesn't have anything here yet. And we have an open PR for a client for a VLLM that hasn't been merged yet. So the only thing we have is like the basic structure in here, and also the Python dependency management and how we want to like do lint check, running like GitHub actions here,
I see.
and stuff like that, right? So basic groundwork to getting started is what is in. Some changes for the functionality that is under review. So yeah, I think now would be a good time if if someone on your team wants to send out PRs or for any of the existing issues too, I would say if we can link to like what FMPerf has today, people can use it and have the PRs merged here.
Great. Okay. So last question, what's the Python package management you are using? Are you using Poultry or using something else?
So Python, we have the we just added the PyProject Amal here. There are like a few tools for the formatting and others that we have added. I would say take a look to see if you have any suggestions on what we could add or implement here.
Oh,
So there's already a PDM log file, right?
Yeah.
So
So it
PDM
should.
is, yeah, go on.
Yeah, go ahead, Sachin.
so is this poultry or is it something else?
I'm not sure. Can you spell it out, Chen?
Uh,
Which one you're mentioning? I'm not aware of that.
Poetry. I
Poetry?
think,
Okay.
yeah, this one is the PDM project, and those
oh, this is
was as
PDF.
part of. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I think it's similar, and it's a very valid question that you asked. It's good to decide on what packaging tool we want to use.
I haven't
Yeah,
used
so
PDM before, but PDM is also fine. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, here also, if you have any thoughts, let us know. We can review that too.
yep.
I think Sam has been looking into this dependency management and just got this merged. Yeah, we are still not set on one thing. We just want to start with the one latest Python version and the tools that don't come with any baggage that we want to later repurpose, right? Since we can start fresh here. Yeah.
Okay, so how we organize the review and PR, etc., and then yeah, about formatting. What formatting tool we are using?
I think for formatting, initially we had like black and something else. I think we replaced it with, is it rough or, yeah, I think we are using rough for formatting and linting. I think you can see the
Mhm.
current config over here. And we have the review structure similar to other Kubernetes projects. So right now, the workgroup serving folks are like owners or approvers on the repo. Um, I got added as an approver as well to fast track some of this, since others aren't actively contributing here. And once folks start contributing more, I think we can add more reviewers and approvers from the team who are more active contributors as maintainers as well.
Thank you. Thank you for the quick catch up. Yeah. I will encourage our folks to create more issues and PRs then.
Yeah, definitely. And now is the right time too. And yeah, one last point on the future plans. Um, we wanted to have like a working version before like KubeCon EU, so we can probably like mention it there in talks and get more people to try it out. So it will give us for like a month to a couple of months to have a working version of the tool that works with like at least a couple of model servers.
I see. Any of you coming to KubeCon EU this time?
I'm not coming this time. I think Sam mentioned he might go. Others, I'm not sure. Any of you going?
Yes, I'm actually talking the old FM perf together with a guy from NVIDIA with some other benchmarking tools they have as well. So this is a session. But if we have our own sessions, I can help introduce the new inference per project as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, the even offline meetup if you want me to organize something.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do we have Anyone from the GenAI perf tool today?
Yeah,
Hey,
I think.
David.
All right, I don't have anything to add to that. I don't know if there was a question there, but yes, I'm from the GenAI perf team. It's nice to meet you all.
Hey, David. Welcome to the meeting. I was wondering, since Ganesh and Neelay were saying, yeah, one of you would join. Yeah, any questions so far? I think GenAI perf also has some things that would be good to add, like the synthetic data set generator or like fixed input output prompts that we can send. So yeah, feel free to create issues as well. I think the main reason we came together with this was like the different teams had different tools in Python with slightly different functionalities. One, it would be good to consolidate and kind of standardize. That way we can say the benchmark for inference, especially LLMs or GenAI usually measures this, and this is how we go about writing it and all that.
It makes sense. Yeah, I think you guys are off to a good start. I think setting up these tools, like especially the automated tools, is very helpful. I can imagine why you guys might want to build something like in-house, like within the Kubernetes, because I think we had the same initial goal. So I think this might end up also just becoming one tool that a lot of people use, but we'll see because you guys also have the Kubernetes ecosystem that's already like heavily used.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah, having it in the Cube ecosystem makes that possible, and definitely it's easier for other contributors from everywhere else to contribute as well, right? Which might be difficult when we have it in our own repos and orgs. Cool. Yeah, and people who are going to KubeCon, feel free to add your names here. And yeah, let's add attendees too, probably going forward. So it would be good to keep track of that. Thanks for adding, Shane. And I think, Sachin, we were talking about load gen. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss there?
Yeah, so mainly my thought process before KubeCon, if we could get like a first draft of load gen and the payload itself. Because David's here, I wanted to ask the GenAI perf, how do we connect different payloads? There are two areas, right? One is a synthetic data set and the other one is you can bring your own data set. So is that something similar we want to adopt here? What are the challenges?
The challenges. It's gotten built out over time. I think we've had different challenges. You have like I think they both work. I think the thing you guys want to figure out from the get-go is making sure that the design is done in such a way that you have feature parity and that they're relatively interchangeable. I guess on the synthetic side, it's like less of a well-traversed domain. So you start running into a lot of issues around like the handling of tokens and different tokenizers, and implications that has for like the counts when you're tokenizing both the inputs and the outputs. So I think you guys might end up spending a good amount of time there because you want to make sure your testing is quite rigorous, but there's just a lot of edge cases you run into, especially with new like models and new tokenizers coming out regularly that do like special handling slightly differently.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to just quickly introduce Tony as one of my colleagues, joined this group now. This is his first meeting. and he has worked on data sets for benchmarking before. So this will be an area of contribution for him too.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Tony, welcome.
It's great.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
We initially had dataset support. We've dropped over time because it wasn't being used as much, but especially, obviously there's some very prominent data sets that people like to use for parity across benchmarking runs. So having expertise in-house is a great idea.
Agreed. Yeah, we have been using ShareGPT dataset. That's been okay for some cases, not so great for others. I saw FMPerf use like CNN dataset, and there is also OpenArchive, which I believe MLPerf uses. So it would be good if we can implement it in a way where we can plug in different dataset and be able to send different traffic patterns. Cool. One last topic I had, I was looking into like adding model server implementation. I was working with Brendan on that. So obviously we need to pass in a bunch of parameters to the tool itself. To the model servers. So OpenAI API has been a popular format, and different model servers seem to support it. So do we want to use that as kind of like interface to send requests to the model servers, or do you see cases where the model servers might not support it, or the API requests that we want to send might be different? Because the other option is having like a generic dictionary or like a set of type with like a specific set of parameters that we define ourselves. Wanted to check if people have any thoughts on that.
I think my process would be OpenAPI spec sort of widely used at the moment. So it might be good for adoption early on, and then we can extend to other formats later.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking as well. And I believe most of the model servers today support the chat completion API as is. So it should be a good one to get started with. And anyway, since we have specific model server client, then it can do the conversion to send it to other API endpoints too, as needed. Cool. We are almost at time. Any last topics? If not, one thing I want to call out is, please take a look at the issues and start sending out some PRs as well. And we can discuss and get the right tooling and the implementation that works for everyone. And it's good to have a lot of folks interested in contributing. So looking forward to working with you all.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.